Yes, another day, another opportunity. And today I will be sharing how you can also kickstart your new week. And that doesn't mean it starts on a Monday. No, it actually starts already on Saturday. And why? Because on Saturday, as I shared with you yesterday, I'm taking the time to reflect. I'm taking the time to relax. You just take a step back from everything, basically. I also make sure my phone is most of the time offline, but not, of course, for the videos. But besides that, I'm making sure that I don't get too many things of an input. And of course, like some weekends, I'm doing different things than others. But usually, I just make sure there's no work involved, not anything else. Just enjoy, just have fun. And most of the time, just make sure I relax around it. And for me, relaxing is also going for a run, going for a walk. Just find whatever works for you. But make sure you can turn yourself basically off. Then on Sunday, for me, the Sunday is more about preparing for the new week. And for me, what I've seen like over the last years, a lot of entrepreneurs and also like I would say probably everybody, they see their new week starting on Monday morning. But what happens if you do that on Monday morning, then you kind of lose that time already because you're using the Monday morning to plan the rest of the week. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but for me, what really works, and this is something I want to give to you as well, what really could be helping you to get the most out of your week is plan your week ahead. Make sure on Sunday, and I'm not gonna say you need to work the whole day and spend a few hours on doing it. If you enjoy it, of course, do it. Like, I enjoy certain things more than others, of course. I think that's normal. But that also means that I will be working on a few things on the Sunday as well, and especially as little one is currently sleeping. So that's the time I use for both meetings, not meetings, to-dos. I'm not gonna have any meetings on Sunday, but more a little to-dos, maybe some client work. But most of the time I try to, if I'm gonna actually do something on work, it means like I'm doing stuff in my business. And for you as well, I think it's very good that you just take maybe an hour maximum, yet that you plan your week ahead. But it's not something I do for myself. It's something I do with my wife. Like, we plan everything around it. Like, if she has any appointments, if I have any appointments, like within the house or within business, or we have a doctor appointment for the little one or for, doesn't really matter. All the appointments we just discuss and we put them in one calendar. So it's a joint calendar, of course, and where we exactly know what's going on. Because sometimes she has a meeting for her business and then I need to take care of the little one, and it's the other way around. And this is how we deal with it in our family, because I think it's something important. Like, you can both be a business owner as a man and a woman, but especially when we're doing it both from home, you notice, like, of course, there's really some benefits, but also sometimes it's very annoying that you're always home and that you need to deal with the appointments and how you're going to deal with it. So to avoid that annoying part, and we actually can make sure that both our businesses are growing, we make sure we plan this on the Sunday. So everything is basically planned on the Sunday to know what we have coming up for the next week. Then next to that, the other thing I want to give you is make sure that you're not just looking at appointments that you have. Because of course I have meetings with clients, meetings to go outside, certain things I actually plan. And usually meetings are, of course, like appointments with people. But for you to also get the most out of it, if you look at your to-do list, and probably you have a very long list, same like me, like every time you look and you think like it never ends. But in order to get it done and to actually go through it and make sure the list gets smaller, of course, instead of just keeping it as a to-do list and you're making like one focus block in your calendar saying like, okay, I'm gonna work on my to-do list, just make sure you're actually gonna plan those tasks. So you actually say, like, if you, I don't know, just for example, need to update a client on their data or anything on their marketing, then just plan that in your calendar. Just take half an hour or 15 minutes. I don't know how long you would need for it, but let's say for me, it's 15 minutes. I need 15 minutes in order to get this task done. Then I actually plan the task in my calendar. So then it's no longer, okay, I have this big to-do list. Because what will happen if you have the big to-do list and you have a focus block saying to do, then you look at the list and you're like, okay, which one am I gonna pick now? Because probably your to-do list is not prioritized. This is what I've learned when I was head of product, and one of the things I really needed to do in a backlog means basically you have a lot of things that need to be developed and that you need to prioritize that. But I continuously needed to update that. And one of the things, of course, if it's not updated, people work on things that are not the highest priority. And of course, with a to-do list, it's the same kind of thing. If you write it simply on a piece of paper, like how your to-do list is, then you're not easily can move it around. Of course, there's tools like Notion, like Trello, like you could also use Apple Notes or anything like that. But I wouldn't purely recommend that. If you have big tasks that you need to do, big or small, but if you have things you really need to do and you already know that on the Sunday, already know that today, like this is how I want to do or what I need to do, then just plan that specific task in your calendar. What will that also gain you? One of the biggest tricks or basically hacks to get you more productive and get more done is by actually time boxing what the task is. So if you say, I need to update this client and it's gonna take me 15 minutes, then put 15 minutes because it will take you 15 minutes. If you're gonna put 2 hours, then probably it's gonna take you 2 hours. And that's something you really want to avoid. So for every task that you have on your to-do list, first of all, prioritize it. What is the most important? And do that on a day that you don't need to decide on what the next thing is you're gonna work on. So don't go on the Monday morning, I have my to-do block now, okay, let's go through it now, and now I'm gonna prioritize it. No, because priorities will change continuously. Just go through it now and just put it in order for yourself. Just take another piece of paper and just write it out. Then on that, you're also gonna put like the amount of time you think you need for it. So just time box it. And then it's quite easy. You just put it in your calendar. And actually what it then is an appointment to yourself. Any task that you need to do is an appointment to yourself. Make sure you actually get it done. Because an appointment with your doctor, an appointment with your client, you're not forgetting, you're also not pushing that forward. Unless, of course, there's different reasons for it. But you're not pushing that forward. So why would you do that with the stuff you need to do? And that same counts for the things you're doing in your business and on your business, because the things in your business is with clients, so there is probably some deadlines on it. But what I see most of the time happening, and did happen the same thing to me as well, is when it's stuff on your business, we're quite easily to push that forward because that's something we can do later. But why? Deadline yourself. Make sure you put the task in yourself and make sure you get it done, because that will make sure you can keep going and keep growing. So that's, I would probably say, my biggest tip for any entrepreneur, but probably for anybody on a Sunday. Just take the time to make your planning for the next week. Plan those things as an appointment to yourself. Get the tasks in place that you need to get done. And then I will make sure that, like, I don't know how, but I almost want to put some kind of guarantee on it that it will make sure your to-do list gets smaller and gets shorter. And then by the end of the week, you look back and you think like, holy cow, did I actually achieve this? Did I all do that? And of course, like, to-do lists are most of the time way too long. And there are things on there that shouldn't even be on there because they're already too long on there. Anyway. Besides that, what I'm gonna do now, like I said, like I'm gonna run through my calendar, plan everything in as a task, make sure all the appointments are in there. And then tomorrow morning, when I'm actually gonna kickstart all of the work I need to do, I can directly just go. There's for me I don't need to think about what I need to be doing because I've already done that today. So for me, there's already the big win. Keep in mind, and if you're not doing this yourself yet, then look tomorrow morning, on a Monday morning, how much time you lose on thinking, what should I be doing? And overall, in the whole week, if you would be tracking how much time you lose because you don't know what you can do at that moment while you actually plan certain time for it, or if you have an hour spare, and how many of the times are you actually like wasting that hour if all of a sudden a meeting gets cancelled? Well, if you have something like this, if you have a system like this that works for you, then it can actually help you. There's one other thing that I want to give to you, and everything that I'm explaining now, there is also one other tool for it, which is called Akiflow. I've been working with that quite recently, so I don't want to share too much about it yet because it's something I'm trying out. I've seen other people work with this as well. They have great results, and I think it's really amazing in how it looks, but I want to go deeper in it myself first before I actually gonna share it with you here, because I'm not like the person that just pushes it out and then actually not uses it itself, because everything I share is actually something I'm doing myself. So anyway, you can check it out. It's called Akiflow. Have a go on it. It's something with tasks, and make sure that you can actually plan it in your calendar, so the tasks coming out of Notion. But anyway, those are tools I'm using. Anyway, if I have a better explanation about Akiflow and I could probably do a full review on it, then I will be doing that. If you would like to know that, then just leave a comment. For now, I hope this helped you as well, and I hope it's gonna kickstart your new week and make sure that you can make it the best week ever, because you need to keep going and you need to keep growing. So just go for it. I hope this helped you. If it did, just put the like, subscribe, hit something wherever, because then I know I need to make more of these videos to explain to you what I'm doing and how I make sure I become more productive, have more focus, get more done, and actually can make sure we build together. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Hit the like, subscribe, and I speak to you, of course, as I said, tomorrow. So for now, another day, another opportunity, but tomorrow it's time to kickstart and it's time to hit hard for the new week. See ya.